we are in Sterling Heights. We're just off of Dodge Park and Sorrento, which is a residential street. It's a little bit south of 17 Mile Road, just to give you an idea of where we're located here. And behind us is a whole bunch of pumps and apparatus that are very important. They're a critical element of our underground infrastructure. However, this stuff was put in many, many years ago, and over the years, the neighbors here have complained for a long time about odors, obviously, particularly in the summer months. And the odors that they're smelling are sewer gas. It's called H2S. So it's hydrogen sulfide. It's an element that happens when the sewage is churning, you know, in our interceptors. And what it does is, first of all, it's extremely corrosive to concrete pipes. And that's what our interceptors are made out. Everything was back in the day, right? And so it really degrades the integrity of our interceptors. But then for the neighbors here, they sometimes smell the sewer odors. And so we've been trying to figure out what we can do to eliminate these odors throughout our system. We have a number of these biofilters that we're putting in place. This particular one, we want to give you a heads up. You're looking at a rendering here that I'm holding, and we have a lot of wind while we're taping this, so it's moving a little bit. But we wanted to make sure that whatever we did here, that would really blend in aesthetically with the neighborhood. So we have done a lot of engineering, first of all, on what needs to be done, and then how can we house this so that it has really a very limited, if not beneficial, look to it for the neighbors, which of course is a beautiful neighborhood in Sterling Heights, and all the landscaping that people put into their homes, we want to be a part of that. And so we're going to be able to do that. So you're looking at a rendering of about a 2,000 square foot home. It looks just like a house, but there won't be anybody living in it. Our equipment's going to be living inside there. As I say, it's about 2,000 square foot. This is about a $5.3 million project that is going to, that we actually have already designed. We've bid it out. We've awarded the bid, and the construction will actually, probably most of the construction will start in the spring. You might see a little bit of things over the winter months here as they're getting their equipment in place, etc., which is why we wanted to notify the residents, the neighborhood, the community really, of what to expect and what's coming. We have kept in very close contact with the city of Sterling Heights, who has been very helpful. We had to go get a variance through the Zoning Board of Appeals. We actually had neighbors showing up that were very excited about this project. So we've kept the neighbors informed, we've kept the city informed of what we're doing. We always want to be good neighbors, good partners, and we're quite excited with this project. And as I say, this is a pretty nice looking facility. You know, I don't know what it would be on the market if we actually had people living inside. But again, Steve Downing, who is my construction engineer, is going to tell us what we're actually going to be looking at inside this house, and what actually is going to be happening inside the house. So Steve, maybe you can explain what's going to happen here.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Candace. So what we have in front of us is a schematic of kind of what the layout is going to look like inside the house. Again, we tasked our engineering team during design to come up with some concepts, varying levels, so that we could best serve the community here and blend in and make this area look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And what we arrived on was the house as we saw in the rendering. Within this house is going to be housed a large vessel, container made of fiberglass that's going to hold the activated carbon material that is going to help to essentially scrub the smell out of the air that we're pulling out of the interceptor. Then we're going to have a fan, about 14,000 CFM, with a duct that connects into the sewer, and we're going to pull air out of the sewer headspace. That air in this location, as anybody that's walked past here knows, it's usually pretty ripe, especially around peak times during flow in the system. So what we're actually going to do is pull that bad air out, run it through the carbon activated filter system, and then exhaust it out through the chimney, and from there we should see little to no odor after this project is done, which is going to be a great relief. I've personally worked closely with a lot of residents in this area for many years now, and even standing here today, it has a smell to it. We understand, we're empathetic towards that, and this is going to be a really great project for the community.
So Steve's explained to you what's going to happen here, but what he's saying is absolutely true. We have worked very closely with the neighbors in the city. We do understand that what we do with our sewers does have some impact on the neighbors, and our goal is to not have any impact. We want you never to really think about what's happening underground, that our sewers are fixed properly, that they're maintained, that we're inspecting them properly, and that we don't have any residual odor. And so we do have a couple of different neighborhoods where we are doing these things. This is a big one here. We just completed one at 21 in Garfield, another area where people have complained about odors. And I don't have to tell anybody along 15 Mile Road that we've had a number of odors there. We're just going to be putting online shortly a new biofilter there. And we're almost complete with our projects there, which is what has really been causing much of the churning, if you will, and so therefore the odors. So we're getting to the end of some of these things, but we're very excited about putting all of these projects online. It is a considerable expense for us to do something like this. I mean, we could just leave it, but that's not why I have this job. We don't want to just leave it. When there's an issue, we want to address it, and we're trying to address this in the best way, using the best technology at this time to be able to do this kind of a thing. So we've been able to get quite a few dollars through, I've been quite successful in getting federal money, state money, county money to do a number of our projects. So there will not be an increase to the ratepayers, at least for these projects. I can't say you're never going to have an increase, but what we're doing here has been fully funded. So we appreciate your interest, and we look forward to a successful completion of a great project.
Follow us on social media. For more information, explore our website. Reach out via email or connect through our toll-free hotline, 1-877-679-4337.